Hey guys, how y'all doing? The Weirdable here, and playing me some Witcher 3. And I'm finally on Skellige. Skellige? Yeah, I think that's how you say it. But yeah, it took me a while to get here for some reason, not really sure why. I think it's because I was doing quite a lot of the sort of side quests, and I didn't realize how long this game was, so I was purposefully, there we go, not really doing the kind of main missions, and I was kind of sticking to the sort of side quests. And this is one such side quest, and I'm currently on my way to go and get a pearl, a black pearl. See, I didn't really read this mission, but what I thought it was at first was something to do with like the black pearl off like a pirate ship, you know, like off Pirates of the Caribbean. I kind of thought I'd have to go and get this sort of ship back, and then I slowly realised when I got there, I was like, okay, I'm actually gonna go and get a pearl for this dude, which you'll see in a minute, which is pretty cool actually. Basically I have to kind of dive down to the bottom of the ocean and find this black pearl, which yeah, it's pretty cool for this dude here. But I don't know, it's quite I quite like doing these missions because they're quite sort of, I don't know, they're all so varied. I mean, this is such a random but quite cool mission. I mean, you'll see basically he wants you to get this black pearl for his wife, and he thinks that this will help her sort of, I think, like, remember the love she had for him or something similar to that. But yeah, I run into some kind of trouble here. But yeah, no, basically, but it's quite a sad story. So I'm not going to show the final bit when I give it back to him, because that's kind of like, basically he was going to pay you, but then he didn't have the money, so you have to go to Novigrad to collect the money for some reason. I'm not really sure why. But anyway, when you get there and you deliver, well, no, sorry, he already has the pearl, but when you get there, he says that basically it's quite sad, but his wife has got basically, it sounds like Alzheimer's or something, where she, you know, she can't remember anything, and she kind of forgets who he is, and it's pretty sad really, because, you know, they used to really love each other, and then just, you know, suddenly one day, poof, you know, that is no more, which is actually quite sad, because, you know, that happens, you know, every day in the real world, which is pretty sad. But yeah, no, so yeah, sad mission, but, you know, I've said this before, The Witcher is full of sad old missions, and this is no exception. But it was pretty fun, you know, swimming about trying to catch these and get this pearl. But these things are really nasty and annoying. Half the time I'm sort of swinging my sword about trying to actually hit them, but it's quite nice that they go down pretty easy with a good old crossbow, which is quite nice. Eventually I find the black pearl, and trying to get, there's something about games when I find myself kind of holding my breath when I'm underwater, and then when I get to the surface I'm like, you know, you breathe in and you kind of, you know, sense of relief you get. I've been playing the game now for about something like, I said, about 1 day and sort of 16 hours, so it's probably going to be about sort of 1 day and like, I don't know, 20 hours, maybe just shy of like 2 days now, and which is a pretty long time for a single player game if you think about it. You know, I'll put it into perspective. GTA was about 30 hours long, which isn't really that much in Witcher terms. It's really nothing, and apparently this game, you know, you can clock up to sort of 100 hours on it, so I've still got a fair old way to go really, and I thought I was near the end, but you kind of get to, it's funny because when you start off there's only like 3 main goals, well, essentially there's one goal which you have to find Ciri, and you think, oh yeah, that's easy, but as you go along there's just so many other things that get in the way, which you know, the stories develop around these, and these are the best kind of missions I find, is the sort of, well, they're not really side quests, they're basically the main quests that you get, and I find them so interesting, and yeah, it's weird though, because yeah, I thought I'd almost finished, but turns out I've got quite a bit to do. So Skellige is a nice change, I think. It's a really nice kind of landscape, kind of snowy and barren. Well, it's not really barren, but it's really woody and barren, if that makes sense. Like, there's a lot more, how should I say, sort of I kind of wanted to say violent, but it's not. Well, it is violent. I mean, there's a lot more creatures like this about. Certainly, sort of flying about just in the other on the other island, sort of near Novigrad, and the main sort of continent as they call it in this game. It kind of you never really encountered that many monsters on the road, but in this there seems to be a few more sort of nasty things about, which is cool because it really keeps it varied and kind of interesting. This poor guy, I really wanted to save him, but you'll see in a minute, like which is really annoying because I don't know why he got hit, because when I watched it back, it didn't look like he got hit from anything, but I think maybe the tail just, like there, I don't know what hits him, but I think maybe like the wing or something clips him, but I was really annoyed because I wanted to see what he might have said something or given me a mission, so I was kind of bummed about that, but hey, it's a dangerous old world, and yeah, he got dead, and all he had was a ham sandwich. I mean, how sad is that he only had a little old ham sandwich.
Come on.
It's kind of a long story, but I just escaped from prison. To keep it kind of short, the short version of it is went into a bar, got in a fight, ended up killing some people, and then yeah, just went into prison. By the way, this is in the game, not in real life. Yeah, and I just sort of got out of it, and now I'm on my way to do a little old quest, which will be pretty cool. It's all the way down here, so bit of a trek, not too far, but I'm heading for this boat, which you see, and I'm about to do a fantastic dive. Look at that! Did you see that? That was awesome. I have no idea why he did that. It seems to do that a lot when you're kind of it thinks you're going to go into water, and there's something in the way. I've noticed that before when I tried to jump over a gap in a bridge. It thinks I'm about to dive in, but yeah, it gets the animation wrong, and it's not a big deal. But But can I just say how beautiful is this game? Look at this. It's just the water, and it's just such a good-looking game. I mean, I'd love to play it on PC and like maxed out settings. That would be so good. But the PS4 does a good job, I reckon. And, yeah, no, these are all bandits for just skulking in the undergrowth, as you do if you're a bandit. And yeah, I decided to teach them a lesson, because you shouldn't just hide in the bushes and wait for people. It usually ends up like this, where I set them on fire and kind of kill them. But no, this mission coming up is pretty interesting. It's called the Dream Cave, the Cave of Dreams even, and again, it's like one of those missions where it's a really nice change. I don't know. I always think it must be hard to come up with new sort of missions in this kind of world, in this scenario, but I suppose because they have like magical beasts, and there's sort of different types of people, like the sorcerers and sorceresses. They can make them quite interesting, and this is one of those missions. So yeah, I go and see the captain on the ship, and basically I'm helping this guy out because his dad is the guy who let me out of jail. So I kind of owe him a favour, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll go and help your son go in this cave for some reason. I'm not really sure why. I think he's trying to find himself, in quotation marks. I'm doing the quotation marks when I say find himself. So yeah, but it just involves killing a whole lot of critters. These things are like, just remind me of goblins of Lord of the Rings. They're pretty cool. Yeah, so this mission involves basically there's kind of 3 stages, I think. Wait, how many are in their party? There's 1, 2. Yeah, so basically you have to face your fears. So each one of the people in your posse or your party has to face their fears. So that was the first one, then you have the second one, then finally Geralt's at the end, which is probably the coolest and scariest and kind of most relevant to the whole game, which I'm kind of interested to see how it ends, really. I'm trying. I did sort of stop playing it. Yeah, that is a whale, by the way. Can I just say there's a whale there? Yeah, I did kind of stop playing for a while. Not really sure. It's not that I didn't want to play it. It's just I didn't really. I wasn't really in the right frame of mind to sort of sit down and play a story kind of game. I've been more kind of playing like, you know, Call of Duty and things like that, just because, I don't know, it's just kind of easier on these things. I feel like you have to concentrate a lot more, and I didn't want to rush it because it's such a good game. I didn't want to kind of, yeah, rush through it and sort of ruin it. But now I'm back into it well and truly now. I'm really enjoying it, and it's yeah, it's pretty cool, and I just really want to finish it because I want to say that I've, you know, finished The Witcher, and I'm not sure how many people have finished The Witcher yet. I mean, I presume there's actually probably loads because they just play it non-stop. But I will finish it, and hopefully I'll put up a few more vids of like some interesting missions that I come across. I mean, I think that the most interesting missions that you get on this game are actually the Witcher contracts. I personally really like them. I mean, well, there are a couple of reasons why. First of all, you probably get, well, you get the most money, and you always get some kind of cool new sword or, you know, armor or something like that. So they're my personal favourite. I'm going to try and put up a few more of those. It's weird though, the one that I recently just did was actually another Wraith contract, and I kind of already have posted a video up of how to like defeat wraiths and things, so kind of wasn't that interesting to watch again, like if you've watched the other ones. So I thought I'll wait for something cool to come up. I have actually noticed when I've been riding about, there are some really cool like big monsters lurking about. I mean, I presume they are Witcher contracts. I haven't come across them yet, and also they're way too high a level for me to take down at the moment. But I'll get there, and when I do sort of come across them, I'll post up a vid because I think they are super cool, some of them. This guy was actually pretty hard to take down because he was on fire. So if you actually attacked him, you'd catch fire yourself. So I actually kind of resorted to just shooting him with my crossbow, which sounds pretty lame, but it's kind of the only way I could actually think of sort of doing it. And obviously my fire attack didn't really affect him because he's already on fire. So yeah, it just came down to shooting him with the crossbow, and eventually he died. But what's cool about this mission is the fact that all of your little gang here, none of them actually die, so they're actually really helpful. Most of the time when you're fighting with other sort of NPCs, they like die half the time, so it's quite nice to have some NPCs that can actually fight with you and kind of help out. And we finally get to Geralt's sort of fear, which is the Wild Hunt. Well, more specifically, the King of the Wild Hunt, which I presume kind of makes sense because he is kind of scared of it. If you've played the main mission, you'll know that the Wild Hunt every so often kind of come in. Basically, they're looking for Ciri as well, and Geralt's trying to get to her before they get to her. And I'm kind of hoping, I mean, this little fight here is kind of almost like a little warm-up, I presume, because I'm hoping that you actually get to fight the Wild Hunt King, like for real. Because at the moment you kind of don't actually, you know, he's nowhere near, I presume, the actual strength of what it's going to be like to when you actually fight him. I mean, I'm presuming that you're going to fight him. It'd be pretty sucky if you don't get to fight him. But yeah, it was pretty fun. I mean, it's cool to kind of face him. And this mission, yeah, it's a really like random mission. I never thought that this kind of sort of and I never actually mentioned, but yeah, at the beginning of this mission, you kind of take some kind of drug or something, which makes you kind of hallucinate. Hence why there was a blue whale sort of floating above your head. But yeah, it's quite cool though. At the end of the mission, it kind of says something briefly about, you know, the actual main campaign and how he's going to get Ciri and stuff like that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, give it a like. If you didn't like it, give it a dislike. And I'll catch you guys later.